I'm Luke Summerhays.
I'm James J. Miles.
I'm James the Jaster Stewart.
And you're listening to Monster Mash.
And on this week's episode, we are hunting Jin Dahaad.
Wild thing, you make my heart sing. You make the Monster Mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. They did.
The monsters that's under my bed get along with the voices inside of my head. You're trying to save me.
A leviathan that sits at the peak of the ice-clad Schiff, the Ice Shard Cliffs ecosystem. It surrounds its massive form in cold temperatures via ridge-like cooling organs across its body. The frost its limbs produce doubles as a potent weapon and a way to travel along walls and floating rocks.
Yeah.
Yep, this is...
Yep. Don't know how it gets over the floating rocks with the ice, but it makes sense when it clings to the walls with the ice. It's kind of...
Capcom can try all the propaganda they want. I don't believe that those ridge-like cooling organs are necessary on the PS5. It looks stupid.
I
know we're like 5 years into the PS5, and that's old banter at this point, but
it still checks out. Jin Dahaad it's surprising to me that this is, probably still my favourite monster in Wilds, considering when you first see him and when you first see the fight, you're thinking, oh god, this is going to be another one of the big spectacle battles that are across the history of the series.
That are probably like fun to do once and then never again.
Yeah.
Like
more miss than hit for sure. But I don't know what it is about Jin Dahaad. Just like the fight, it still checks the boxes of being a spectacle battle.
Mm-hmm.
But the monster being far bigger than most monsters you fight, but still feeling like quite an entertaining battle to me. That ticks off a lot of the things that I enjoy in a Monster Hunter fight, in a monster. But I think I'm probably in the minority with that from what I've seen in general sort of opinion around Jin Dahaad, and considering there's not any sort of...
I'm not anti Jin Dahaad or anything, but it wouldn't trouble my top tier list, I don't think.
Yeah.
It's a cool design, but it primarily just sits there. When it got the aggro on me and it was coming at me, I had to do a bit of dodging on that. But
I think it's like Beyblade propaganda. So you just plays Joe Blades and you're spinning down the back of it. Which I can't blame him for. It is awesome to do that with Joe Blades.
And considering how long he is, although I don't know if they've changed it or I just wasn't getting the right angle.
I don't know if I
just seemed to spin in place when I was doing it in the hunt.
I think I'd like him a lot more if the game didn't have his smaller version in Balahara.
Oh, I don't know if I wouldn't say similar to Balahara at all. Just
not in his general movements. But he goes up on the spire thing and you knock him down just like Balahara does. So all I see is Jin Dahaad is being a giant Balahara at times when he does that move.
I guess to that degree, yes, because he does have that same gimmick. But for me, what I really like, obviously, being able to zip about with Joe Blades is a lot of fun. But I really like monsters that have lots of breaks.
Yeah, that's satisfying.
And this guy really ticks that off because he's got the armor on his four legs, he's got his head, he's got the back pieces, he's got the tail. It's just very satisfying to chip away at him.
Yeah, it's good
as the fight goes on.
Have something to aim for like all throughout the hunt.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Where some monsters, it feels like, oh, you really want to be at the head, but we've got a hammer user in the party, so that's their real estate. I can't really get in there.
Say that's
or
quite
their
hard
tails.
to like hammer Jin Dahaad the other, so I think the second time I've done it with hammer.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough to get the head a lot of the time.
It keeps it a bit high up in that regard, yeah.
I think
But,
because we were getting powers and knockdowns and stuff quite a lot.
Yeah. Generally, when I
Wail
get
on the head
knocked down
quite a
or
bit
trip on
this
the
time,
leg,
but
that's
yeah.
when I go for like the head. And I did get one kill on that and a couple of offsets. So
feel like this is the first time I've seen his horns get smashed like that. But I could be wrong.
I think if you get, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jas, you'll know better than me, but I think if you break every part of him, you get a guaranteed gem. Is that right?
yeah,
We did get the gem just there.
Yeah, I guess so.
So
I think it'd maybe just be it's a higher chance because you're getting a lot he's a monster with a lot of part breaks, and the way Wilds kind of works with breaks in general, like you've got a chance to get like your gems and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know where I.
Seems to, like I've noticed because it seems to happen like when you capture a monster like a lot. It seems to be like a higher chance of getting a gem. Could be wrong.
I think you're probably right. I don't think it is a guaranteed reward. But just me probably makes it more likely, as you said, with
Yeah, it's just the breaks, I think.
breaking it. However, it's quite hard to do it because I think the back spines are notoriously difficult to break because you can only really get at them with a topple.
Yeah.
Or maybe
And they're like
maybe
low,
if you
and they're on the
head
lower
user.
part of his back, like in the hunt there, like we just done, like it got toppled towards the end, and after I'd done the mount, and I thought I was in position to break the spikes, but it's not the big spikes on his back; it's the one on the lower back, the smaller ones.
That's right. That's right. But yeah, I just think I quite enjoy the fight because it's just a chance to really wail on the monster, which, yeah, I know for you, Luke, you like more agile monsters, like the more kind of, Nargacuga style duel between man and beast. Whereas I do like the fact that Jin Dahaad, he's so big that he's just thinking, I'm going to slam around me, I'll probably get you. I'm big. I'm a big guy. And doesn't end well for him, of course, in the end. But
it's interesting that he's a Leviathan as well, and he's that big.
Yeah, he's same class type as Laggy, right?
Yep.
But yeah, I think comparing him to, I always think in terms of big spectacle battles, Zora Magdaros, Lao Shan Long, if I want to go back to the original, quite boring fights. Whereas the fact that Jin Dahaad still holds up for me after 10, 15 fights, or however many times I've fought him by now, that's a testament to a good old monster in my eyes. So yeah, I mean, I think compared to the likes of your Lao Shan Longs, your the Zora Magdaros, yeah, this guy holds up.
I mean, part of it is just he's not quite that big, right? He's somewhere between like a normal large monster and the really ridiculously large ones. He's more like
Lao Shan is.
Who's the guy who digs in the
ice?
ice?
It's a design thing, right? It's like it's something they've steadily got better at, like over the course of multiple games. To like when they do it, like a exceptionally like large monster is generally good, apart from Zora Magdaros, of course.
Zora Magdaros was fine once. It's just have to do it again. Yeah, you can.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's what I mean. Like in terms of like a large monster, like being a good fight, like they've.
Yeah, but you can see
really
Jin Dahaad actually target people, and you can see him looking at you. Mm-hmm. He's not just ignoring you, I think, is the big difference between him and a lot of the large lads.
Mm. He is. I mean, I spoke about this in the hunt with the fact that he has aggro lines, a bit behemouthy in that sense, like in terms of the size. Like
Mhm.
Behemoth felt like a real big boy. And he does share some DNA with them because he does have the whole mechanic of having to hide behind rocks.
Yeah,
to
he does a
avoid
big
getting-
super attack you have to hide from, which is very sort of.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think World had that in anyone who was in the base game, right? That was all DLC challenge monsters.
Correct. I
Yeah,
think
just
Behemoth
Behemoth,
was
yeah.
the first one I remember having that being an aspect.
And then a couple of
wasn't
Iceborne
top.
guys had it too.
Iceborne, yeah, Safi Jiva. Done it.
But yeah, it's interesting because Behemoth, they pulled that in specifically because they were wanting to emulate a mechanic from Final Fantasy 14. But they've
Mm.
decided, yeah, we like this, we'll keep it in. And I think I think it is a good inclusion in most fights that I've seen it in, just because it adds a bit of you can get a tense moment every now and then where somebody just gets in time and
Yeah.
avoids getting
Yeah.
wiped.
And it's just, the visual spectacle is.
Oh yeah. Have you ever seen Jin Dahaad on the Ice Shard Cliffs, like just roaming about?
Yeah.
Like, well, you don't
Well,
see
he
him
kind
roaming
of
about, but
he
kinda
peeks his head
perches.
over the edge and he's like
Yeah, yeah.
swiping at Harabami and stuff.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's interesting. He has such a beef with Harabami, but I guess they're probably prey to him, right?
Hmm. I mean, if those things were floating around my house, I'd have a beef with them.
I thought you were about to say I'd try to eat them.
Tried it once.
It's like, Harabami.
Do you think you could win? Could you beat up a Harabami?
If we were at the size differential where I'm Jin Dahaad and they're Hirabami, is
Yeah.
what I'm imagining is like them, then yeah. I'd be screaming
Yeah, I mean-
the whole time. Like, imagine a
So
fucking...
hear me roar, rah!
That's still about a foot tall, like bug. That's still pretty
Yeah, exactly.
concerning.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't enjoy it. I mean, I would win.
I don't know if a foot tall. And apologies for this. If a foot tall spider was like kicking about, I'd be freaked out.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be using every weapon at my disposal.
The old lighter and deodorant can.
Yeah. I was thinking more like kitchen chairs.
Anything on the name of Jin Dahaad?
Yeah, so the Jin part is, like in Japanese, that's often called like Raijin, Fujin.
Mm-hmm.
And similarly, it can also be used on mountains.
Okay, which
they tend to
I
go
guess
with like,
works, yeah.
yeah, because he's like well, he's a very big lad. And
Yeah,
then
that
the
he is.
sorry, no, that was actually incorrect and a lie. The Jin part is God, and then the Dahaad could come from like Dake, which is sometimes the suffix for a mountain in Japan. Like Mount Hatodake.
Mm.
But there's also Pahad is like Nepali for mountain. So
Oh, okay, well,
it's
I mean,
some version of like mountain god, yeah. Which, yeah.
fits the bill.
Mm. And then also in Sanskrit, there's the Da can mean like iron, and then that goes into all of his weapons as well because they're like Jin Da Va, Jin's iron wall, Jin Da Ang, Jin's iron organ, stuff like that.
The weapon designs for Jin Dahaad, though, like, are some of the best looking weapons in the game.
Well, he is a big like spiky metal guy, right? So he's primed to make cool weapons.
But
He
it's
reminds
like,
me
knocked
of-
out of the park though, like with the Jin Dahaad sword and shield. It's just like a mace, like flail, like so good.
Well, it looks like the weapon that Sauron uses, and he kind of looks like Sauron's armor.
Is that not
Stuff like
what
that.
the armor for him pretty much looks like as well?
It's also a bit like that, yeah, like the ridges going up the body.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. My cousin played Monster Hunter Wilds on PC, and he was sending us some amazing screenshots of when he got low poly monsters.
It was Jin Dahaad, one of them.
He got a Jin Dahaad, yeah, and it's just like a big fucking triangle.
Brilliant. You know, they ended up, like, someone made, like, a mod for that, like, to add it into, like, have, like, the polygon monsters for Iceborne.
Yeah, to like put them in the game deliberately.
So
right?
you had, like,
in
a
Iceborne.
Fatalis one. Yeah, in Iceborne, yeah, you had, like, Fatalis, like, Wilds, like, polygon version. Like, so goofy looking.
Oh, here we are. Yeah, it looks like a Tesla Cybertruck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and post the image in the chat for you now. There you go. So that's the Jin Dahaad he was hunting.
Looks like it could just
Looks
be
like
like a general kind of PS2
crocodile
background of a mountain.
They are, yeah. I was thinking like a low poly crocodile,
Yeah,
like a PS1
yeah,
crocodile.
That looks like that would be the deliberate aesthetic in like an indie game.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll use that as the artwork for the hunt.
Yeah, got to.
Also, you see the ghost of Jon Snow above its head.
Oh, yeah. What the fuck? Oh, that's really tickled me. Any closing thoughts on Jin Dahaad?
Yeah, he's a very cool design, and obviously I do like the sort of the 5 apexes thing.
Mhm.
But he doesn't. For me, he doesn't quite have a. It's easy to forget about him, I guess. I don't dislike him. I don't particularly love him. So, oh yeah, big 4-legged dragon fella, ice attack.
It's like, it feels like a commitment, like when you want to like fight him, because he's not like any other monster in the game where you can like have him in a variety of like different areas. He's always in the same pathway.
He's in the bit where he
more
fits.
So it's like, it's a more
Yeah.
scripted like fight, which I'm not that massively keen on in a Monster Hunter game usually, but he's fun enough. I like him.
I mean, I think naturally he has to fit in his own special zone.
Yeah, he
because
does.
there's no way. Can you imagine him in the Ice Shard Cliffs? Come on. Like, Gorm McGall's a bloody pain enough in the Ice
You're
Shard Cliffs.
chasing him around the entire
beast.
cliffs and he's just like
Uh,
poking his head up like whack-a-mole.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, as I said earlier in
they
the
couldn't
cast,
do
I
it any
really,
other.
I do like this fight. Like, he really scratches a lot of itches that a lot of other monsters don't really engage with for me.
I do remember
so-
thinking before we got to this guy, like the monsters are not that big in this game.
Yeah. I think he's an important monster to have in the game, and I do get where you're all coming from in terms of him being reasonably immobile as a foe. You know, lots of big swipes, big breath attacks, but not really zipping around just because, well, he's too bloody big. But yeah, I like it for the variety it offers. I think if every monster was, you know, fast zippy wyvern or fast zippy beast, it would get a bit old.
It is a shame we don't get to see him around other monsters more, because then his scale would be more interesting when he's, you know, swiping at the Doshagama or something.
Why doesn't the largest monster simply eat the smaller ones? Is it time for my second dose of torture?
Yeah.
Well, my time of respite was sadly all too short-lived, but well, this next one isn't as worse as New Udra, but it's still we're back to the land of the cephalopods. It's Zhubu. Join us for that next time. Until then, though, look, where can we be found?
You can find us on Blue Sky at Podcast. You can Find the podcast on all your podcasting apps of choice, on YouTube, etc., etc. Just search Monster Mash Podcast. Please do rate and review, like and subscribe. Share with a Monster Hunter playing friend. And if you want to help support the podcast, keep it online. You can go to patreon.com/podcastio-podcastius. And if you like us but you don't like us that much, you go to podcastio-podcastius.org to find the other podcasts we produce.
Yes.
I'm now wondering if Jin Dahaad is just your favourite because it was your breather between the two octopuses.
Do you know what?
Nailed it. It wasn't the dual blade Beyblade all along.
There's
He's just a stop.
that definitely fucking helped. And on that note, catch us next time.
Perfection.